Next topic on our list is this new company that's come forward. And I mean, I just love this idea. And they're called RestSpace. And they're basically an Airbnb for clean restrooms. I mean, how often have you ever been on the road and you need to use a restroom right now? What do you do? I mean, if you're on a road, a lot of times you can go to a convenience store at a gas station, and usually on road trips, those are reasonably clean. And but gas stations in a lot of cities are not at all. They're usually in really bad shape and not so comfortable to use. But other times, what do you do? I mean, like if you're in a grocery store or a lot of other retail places, they will have public restrooms, but they're really only for their customers. And even those are a little bit hit and miss. Well, this company, RestSpace, has come up with a solution to this. And they have built an app that's kind of like an Airbnb, but for restrooms. This is great because think about, like, if you're in downtown San Diego, think about how many restrooms are out there in all these really nice office buildings, retail stores, et cetera. They're just not being used because they're private. Well, now these private restroom owners can open it up and they're charging $15 for 15 minutes. When you got to go, especially if it's number two, that's worth it. It absolutely is worth it, especially if you know this is going to be a place that's going to be clean, it's nearby. And, I mean, you might have to change a baby. I mean, there's a lot of other things you might need that privacy for. Even people that are homeless might just need a place to go because, public restrooms are often a total fail. I mean, we talked a lot about, what was the lady's name up in Escondido that took it upon herself to clean the public restrooms in the parks, and it was disgusting. And she was doing it because the city wouldn't do it. And other cities are struggling. I know that San Diego has thought about putting in public restrooms that either are free or you got to pay a little bit, kind of like a really big phone booth that you can go in, have privacy, and take care of business. But those cost an extraordinary amount of money, and they get vandalized. They probably wouldn't be maintained. But if you have private restroom owners, they have an incentive to keep it clean. Now they've got an additional revenue source. I mean, you might be making $100, couple $100 a day. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, that can add up and be quite a bit of revenue over the course of a month. So this company, RestSpace, is a San Diego company, and they're developing it and launching it here in San Diego. So restrooms have been an issue for years in downtown San Diego, and now one startup is attempting to capitalize on the lack of clean, accessible restroom spaces available at all hours. $15 for a 15-minute break makes a lot of sense. And so the deal is that they're going to do a revenue share. So 70% of the money will go to the property owner, and 30% of the money will go to RestSpace. This is just perfect. This is a perfect idea. Now, again, I'm a big fan not only of Uber but of Airbnb. I like how people can monetize their assets. People can be entrepreneurs using their own property. I think that's terrific. And here is another way to do that. And you might say to yourself, do I want some Yahoo, coming in off the street using my restroom? Well, if you're getting $15 for every 15 minutes, it might be worth it, and yeah, you'll have to keep it clean. But if you had such a facility and you let people in, that could actually be a win-win. And then depending on if it's a business, then, you might be bringing more people into your store. Who knows? They may go shopping after they use the restroom too. But to me, this is a wonderful answer to a challenging problem. And I'll tell you, I drink more Diet Coke than I really should. And so when I'm on the road, I'm always looking for restrooms. This would be another good solution. I mean, so what do you think? If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the live chat on Facebook or on YouTube.